focused on the glass. Anyway, I have really nothing else to say. Maybe I should do a like goal like most YouTubers. If this video surpasses 1 like, I will do a review on all 3 of the Run games.
The first Run game is a classic played by most people in school between the years of 2008 and 2018. Why Run got so popular has something to do with the fact that it was on Cool Math Games. The biggest reasons for its popularity is most likely because it's fun, a kind of rewarding fun only arcade-like games can achieve. On top of that, it was probably more fun than whatever schoolwork you were supposed to be doing. The gameplay of Run is simple. You're running down a hallway and you have to get to the end of it by avoiding gaps in the floor. You can run on the walls or ceiling by colliding with them. You can also jump, and that's useful for getting through the levels. It's a really simple game with not much else to it. After you beat the game as the runner, you will be able to play as the skater. He's just the runner, but hard to control and faster. All in all, it's a solid game, with 50 levels to boot, and if you count playing the skater as different levels, then that's 100 levels to play. The only complaint I have is that after a while, the levels may feel repetitive or even unfair. But rest assured that you just need to find the right way through them. Before you get overzealous about playing the first Run, you should know that you can't, at least not on Cool Math anymore. Instead, it's been replaced with a remastered version. I believe that this was done because Flash was discontinued. If the remaster of Run was just a remaster, I would be okay. But it's actually a remake. Yes, there are still only 50 levels. Yes, you can only play as the runner or the skater, but the game has a completely different feel to it. There's no pause when you switch walls, your character feels bouncier, the level transitions are very obnoxious, and I don't know if my computer sucks, but I swear, every time I press the jump button, there was always input lag. If you're a fan of this remake, that's fine, but I can't say that I'm too fond of it. It feels like they just added too much pizzazz to a very simple game. It sort of reminds me of whenever Namco tries to remaster the original Pac-Man. It's just unnecessary. Run 2 is the most underappreciated game of its decade. Run 2 would see the series make the jump to 3D. After this installment, however, the Run games would never return to 3D. It's my favorite Run game in the series. I feel it was the creative peak of the franchise. Run 2 follows a similar pattern of the first game, of being able to switch from wall to wall, but this time it's in 3D. Where this game really shines is in its replayability. Each stage can play totally different when you go for the yellow orbs in them. The stages act like puzzles when you go for the orbs because you must figure out how to get them. If you collect enough orbs, you will unlock a special stage. Collect them all, you will have multiple special stages unlocked. If you collect the orbs in the special stages, then the skater will be unlocked. How the skater is implemented in this game is not at all like the first game. Instead of unlocking him to play in the normal stages, selecting him will put you through unique levels tailored for his speed and slippery controls, and his own yellow orbs in special stages. When it comes down to it, Run 2 has a surprising amount of care and effort put in it. If I were to pick out things wrong with it, I would say that the game is slower than the first Run and a bit clunky, but if you can get past the sometimes awkward feel of the game, you're in for a lot of fun. However, Run 2 is not on Cool Math anymore, and has been unplayable since Flash was discontinued, and is not likely to get a re-release because most of the Run community actually doesn't care for this game, and it's even been removed from the Run canon. Run 3 is the magnum opus of the series. Although it's not my favorite, it's clear that the most time, effort, and ideas were put into this game. There's an infinite mode that has energy cells you can get to spend in the game's store, as well as achievements and multiple new characters to play as, unlocked by playing through the game's story. The story mode has cutscenes and is what introduced the Run canon mentioned earlier. Run 3 returns to a similar style of gameplay as the first Run, but greatly expands it, with new mechanics such as the hallway having more sides to it, crumbling walls that break when you step on them, and a plethora of new characters to play as. The base gameplay has been greatly refined and has virtually no pause for switching between walls and smooth running and jumping. It feels how it should and is a blast to play. The infinite mode is nothing to write home about. It's just randomly generated. The most standout part of the game has to be Explore mode. This is what introduced the Run canon. The story of Explore mode is that a band of characters are lost in space and are trying to find a way back to their home planet. Explore mode has dialogue, cutscenes, and to be honest, the most I can say about this is that it's charming in a weird way. When it's all said and done, Run 3 is a terrific cap to the series, with more content than any other Run game out there. However, the shop in the game, combined with Infinite Mode, is unbearably grindy, and I'd rather have a game that didn't want me to play it for the rest of time. The Run mobile game is a disservice to itself. It is a port of Run 3 to mobile devices. The controls are fine, but everything feels more cumbersome, and making precise jumps is like pulling teeth. I don't know if there's more content in this than the original Run 3, because I'm not willing to play any more of this monstrosity. And that's all she wrote. Well, I just would like to say that I told you all I would do this. If you ever doubted me, now you can rest those doubts or abandon them. I don't fucking care.